Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
What's up, Facebook? Michael here. Talk About It Tuesday. We are live from Caesar's Palace here. We are joined by Stan Bastek with Atlas Roofing. And thanks for this morning.
My pleasure. Happy to be here on Taco Tuesday with the crew from CompanyCam.
Absolutely. You got your tacos there ready to roll?
I've got my taco here, and then I've also got Ron's tacos here. So he decided he's only going to come for the tacos. He might stop by later. So I don't know. Ron's tacos are here.
There you go. There you go. I don't have my tacos yet since I'm in Vegas. They say you can get anything in Vegas anytime, and we had a tough time locating tacos, but we're outside of the taco shop here, and as soon as it opens, we're going to grab some. But again, thanks for joining us. I always like to kind of kick things off, just get a little background about, your experience in the industry. So if you want to just kind of share a little bit about your past and what led you to Atlas.
Yeah, sure. I actually started at Atlas about 12 years ago as a temp in the mailroom. I had no intentions of getting in building materials or roofing at all. I really had no exposure to the industry. Which I think is a pretty common thing. I hear that from a lot of people. They didn't have a lot of experience with roofing or building materials, and got into the company during a really interesting time at Atlas and in the industry. And then was able to get a marketing job after a little while. Really found out that this was a industry that was just like sort of, really in need of some new ideas and some fresh perspectives, and had a really, really great management team around me that was really willing to try some new things and try some different things to grow our business and do things different. So we've changed a lot in the industry over the last 10, 12 years, and I got to sort of come in right at the onset of that. And I've been in different sales roles, sales management roles, moved up to Philadelphia for a few years to manage a sales region. And now for the last 3 years, I've been managing our marketing department and our sales development training, hiring efforts here out of our corporate office in Atlanta, Georgia. So.
Awesome. So we talked a little bit ago about how it's kind of a sad day there in Atlanta with the Braves going down.
It happened to rain today, too, so it's just like we've had like 2 weeks of sun, and then the day after the Braves get eliminated, in come the storms as well. So I guess the hurricane's bearing down on us a little bit. We'll get some of the aftershock of that in a couple days. But, yeah, it is what it is. A young team, but, we're glad to see the playoffs again. I was joking with a lot of folks here that – a lot of the younger people have never seen the Braves be good. But for me, I've always only known them as good. It's just like what happened the last 10 years is normal. So.
Absolutely. Well, I kind of want to dive into some marketing stuff. You guys at Atlas do a lot of really good marketing, in my opinion. I've heard you speak on that multiple times at events. What do you do at Atlas with maybe could share that a contractor could do in their own business to, kind of that grassroots type of marketing?
Well, we start with a very basic idea that we all buy into, and then we have to constantly be reinforcing that idea with our contractor partners and people we hope to be doing business with, is that, our industry has become unbelievably commoditized over the years. I think that's for a lot of reasons. It's a very price sensitive industry. There's a lot of focus on cost, and I think that what we try to do is say that you don't have to be commoditized. Manufacturers get commoditized as, hey, you're all a bunch of lifetime shingles and different color wrappers, and I can get a black or a weathered wood shingle from anybody. But we don't view ourselves in that way. We do very, very conscious and active things to step out of a commodity landscape with trying to address real consumer problems and contract problems. But we try to carry that message forward in our conversations with contractors that if they're not careful, they too can get commoditized. Because there, in any given market, there are tons of contractors that can sell and install a roof. And in any given market, a homeowner is going to get 3 or 4 quotes on every job, or on whenever they're about to do that re-roof project, they're going to get multiple quotes. So it really does fall to people thinking outside the box to figure out how they're going to differentiate themselves and break out of sort of the Me Too and the same old thing that everybody else is doing. So from a philosophical perspective, every project that we do, every marketing promotion or campaign that we do has to answer a fundamental question. Is this unique and different and adding value in a way that we're not seeing out there in the market today? So we really try to start with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm speaking that's actually a great segue. I'm speaking at an event in November, and it's, value first selling. And you kind of hit that a lot. Is there anything that you would suggest the contractors to do? Because in my opinion, if you're going to sell on price, which a lot of them try to do, and they try to buy on price, at the end of the day, you're always going to have the ability to lose. Somebody can come in and say, hey, I'll do it a little cheaper. What would you suggest for contractors in terms of selling on value?
Well, I think that, this might sound funny coming from the manufacturer, but we do also try to tell the contractor that product is not going to determine their destiny. A lot of people contractors we see work really hard to get a contractor status, right? And then they, position themselves as, here's what differentiates us with this warranty that we sell. We think there's some value in that, but no contractor would ever say that I'm going to be defined by the product I sell. What the contractor has to do, I think, is they have to figure out why contractors are saying yes and why homeowners are saying yes and why homeowners are saying no. And so I think it starts with blocking and tackling. What does my presentation look like in the home? What are the things that I'm doing to explain the process to the end user? Am I providing options? Am I providing flexible ways to pay for this roof? Am I asking enough questions to really understand what the real concerns are of the end user? Or am I just treating this as a bidding cycle and I know that I'm going to get 25% of everything that I bid? So I think there's a lot of that happens, and there's real tangible reasons for why that happens. It's hard to keep good salespeople. It's hard to train. But the companies that are investing in training, educating, and creating really solid processes and understand their value proposition are the ones that I think are able to have higher close rate and sell for more money. We still contractors doing a lot of things. I think that we've seen sort of an explosion of sort of brand building efforts online in the last couple of years where contractors are putting out videos, but I think that I'm seeing that in a couple of ways. I think it works better when you're providing videos that are sort of answers to questions that consumers have and really trying to put value out there. I see others where it's like, hey, look at me, look at this job that I'm on, look at what I'm doing, look at this contract that I just signed. So all video, I don't think, and all content, I don't think is good content. I think there's content that's better than other content for sure when you're really providing something that is really addressing needs of your customers. So I think that that's another part of it. But really also thinking about what does your brand mean and represent, right? And how are you portraying that? Does everybody on your team, all of your salespeople, your project managers, your inside staff, are they all rowing in the same direction and buying into the culture and the ideals that you have for your business? Those are things that I think everybody can think about and work on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One question that I think I have a good answer to, but kind of as you said, I'm new to this space. I've only been doing roofing, building materials, HVAC, those things for about 2 years now. But what could I be putting out there as far as content on my social media today? There's probably, unless I'm going to get hit by the hurricanes, there's not a lot of storms, new things going down right now. But what would you suggest that they put out there content-wise in the slower seasons?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've talked to a lot of people about this and learned a lot. And so I certainly don't have all the answers, but what I see when you come up with a consistent schedule that is about 20% promotional and 80% sort of either putting your employees or your customers sort of front facing, I think that's what works. You want to have several things a week or sort of highlighting projects, right? And those don't have to be projects you just did, right? So if you're doing multiple jobs a week, don't post every job that you're doing that week right away. Create sort of a backlog so you always have like 2 or 3 of those projects a week to be posting all year, right? So you save some of that before and after content or some of that video content. The end user who might consume that content doesn't know if it was last Tuesday or 2 months ago, as long as it's new content. I think highlighting something unique about your business is also important. How you got into business or what your operation looks like. Highlighting things that are about your employees. Once a week you should be maybe featuring a new employee and talking about them, and it'll create value with that employee. And also it'll be content that shows your potential customers, hey, this is a person in a company that cares about their employees. So it's really about building a broad message about or as a business and not necessarily just what you do, right? Everybody knows what you do, right? You're a remodeling contractor or a roofing contractor, or you can handle and help them with their insurance work. But it's really about who you are as a company and what type of company they would be doing business with. So those are several ideas, but there's a lot of different things that I've seen really creative ideas on different types of content. And there's so much free content out there that you can also be grabbing and just sharing, from NRCA, Roofing Contractor Magazine, Professional Roofing, CompanyCam creates great content, Atlas creates great content. So many people are creating free content that you got to be filtering that stuff in as well.
Perfect. That's kind of my stance as well, is that, that 12-month marketing plan is the way to go. I think a lot of times I see where roofing contractors, they send out and spend the money on Facebook the day a storm happens or the day after, the day before. And, I think creating that brand, kind of as you mentioned, throughout the year is going to be the best way to win there. As far as content that Atlas creates, this is not necessarily content you would share, but as far as like a blog post or anything, but you've got some new stuff with before and afters, those kind of things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we try to put out a lot of different types of content, and we really try to feature our contractors. So the things we're sort of telling contractors they should be doing, we try to practice what we preach. So we really, a lot of our social media activity is really focused on highlighting our contractor partners and what they're doing. We love getting photos, before and after photos, because it helps tell our story, particularly with the unique power of Scotchgard and the no stains and streaks, lifetime no stains and streaks. So that's a really powerful story. We have some great tools through our Atlas Pro portal that help that before and after content. Obviously working with you guys on that as well. But that it sort of has a domino effect where if we put out sort of professional templated before and after stuff, we see our contractors sort of repeating and copying that behavior as well, which is really positive because that's helping them land jobs. Before and after and visually seeing, the transformation, I think is still and will continue to be one of the easiest ways to show a customer what you're doing. And we also like to remind contractors who are not remembering to sort of take that before and after picture on every job that we're not just fixing a roof leak, right? Like you are creating a curb appeal makeover dream come true for this customer. They may only be doing the project because a storm came through or because they have to do it because the roof is leaking. But the reality is we're in the home renovation, dream making curb appeal business. And a lot of people forget that at times. It's easy to forget that at times. We're trying to go out and just capitalize on a storm. But we're really having an opportunity to help them upgrade that curb appeal. So showing the before and after is a really important way to do that.
Absolutely. And I would say from a homeowner's perspective, my home gets hit with hail or wind, whatever. I need a new roof. I might not necessarily be thinking about the big picture as well. Would you recommend selling on that value of, hey, this is going to add X number of dollars to your home's value?
Yeah.
Having the right shingles that don't streak, those things, is going to lengthen the that value. Is that something you would sell on?
Yeah, no question. I mean, I think generally speaking, getting a new roof adds significant value to your home. And then, so everybody's going to evaluate, well, what am I going to do with my $15,000 that I've saved up for a home renovation project? The most people are going to do something that they can see and touch every day. They're going to work on the kitchen, or they're going to do a bathroom, or they're going to finish the basement. But the roof is the first impression that anybody will get pulling up to your home. If you have an ugly looking old roof, there is no question that is going to devalue that home when it comes time to sell it. And so we do spend a lot of time talking to contractors about carrying that message in the home that, putting on a roof that will inevitably get stains and streaks on it is going to take value out of your home when you get ready to sell that house. And it'll show up after 5 or 6 years. We've got anecdotal evidence, of people in our own company who have sold their home and had to discount it by $10,000, $15,000 because the roof had stains on it and it looked old. And that's a very common strategy, common tactic with home buying agents who are going to say, listen, we got to go in low because of that roof. That roof's going to need to be replaced. It's preventable, though. If you have this Scotch Guard protector, I think it's something that is in that last peace of mind. It's a lifetime guarantee against streaks and stains on the roof. So it's definitely something we try to drive home in our marketing efforts and empowering contractors with that story.
Absolutely. Kind of leads me into my next thing. Mike Holmes, you guys had the release here. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on with Mike Holmes and Atlas.
We're super excited about the partnership with Mike Holmes. Mike Holmes and his kids, Mike Holmes Jr. and Sherry Holmes, they have two television programs, Homes and Homes and Homes Next Generation, and we have partnered with them and are now the exclusive asphalt shingle that it has the Homes approved sort of seal of approval. And it really has to do with that because of the Scotch Guard partnership, the relationship with 3M. That is really what's driving that Homes approved designation, is that Scotch Guard protector 3M. The fact that has 25 to 30 years with really proven track record of success in fighting against these black streaks on the roof. So we're going to be rolling out a series of videos, some of which are geared towards talking to the contractor about how this works. So it gives a little more credence than the manufacturer just pitching the product. But a lot of what we're developing is for contractors to use on their own websites and their own social media campaigns, and in the home, incorporating video and printed materials showing consumers that Atlas shingles with Scotch Guard protector are Homes approved products, and here's why. So for a consumer to see that kind of endorsement and from somebody like Mike Holmes, who has always been known as the make it right guy, make it right, build it right, all those things, we think that's going to add tremendous value in the home for those that take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
So you're going to see a lot of stuff rolling out over the next several months. Then moving into next year, we'll have a bunch of new promotions and campaigns to, again, try to get contractors engaged with that story. So.
Maybe even see Mike Holmes approved before and after template in CompanyCam. You just never know.
I love that idea. We got to do that for sure. Absolutely.
So, no, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm here in Vegas. I know you're going to be on the road here this week. Where's the Atlas team going to be at this week?
So Atlas is on the road in Texas this week. So I'm flying out first thing tomorrow morning. Our Asphalt Life truck, if you haven't seen that yet and you're in Texas, you can stop by the RCAT golf tournament tomorrow or the RCAT show, which is the Roofing Contractors Association of Texas. Really excited to be at that show. Great organization. And then various distributor events throughout the week. And so Texas is where we'll be and where I'm heading tomorrow morning. Very excited about that. And lots of fun stuff going on. Lots of different distributors and folks like yourself and manufacturers like Atlas and others are doing great events all year long. And, one of the things I definitely think is that anytime you can get out to events like RCAT, attend events like that you guys do, things that we do, other manufacturers do, it's really important to take advantage of that because there's so much to learn and so much to gain from going out and networking with your industry peers. So
You bet. I think you probably just broke a lot of hearts. You at least broke my heart. I thought for sure that, Stan, you drove that truck yourself and would roll up to the golf tournament yourself.
Sometimes. Funny story about that. So we were up in Michigan I'll admit this, but I've been trying to learn how to drive this. It's like 3 on the tree, and it's foreign to me. So it's like a weird thing for somebody like me. But I was on the Woodward Dream Cruise in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the 28th Street Dream Cruise, they call it. And I took this thing out on the road with all these other classic cars, and I'm driving this thing, and I couldn't quite get it right, and I stalled out and could not start the truck in the middle of the road in 28th Street on the Dream Cruise. So we had to get out, me and my sales rep, we pulled it into a Safeway, and I'm just so embarrassed. If I have to call the trailer guy to come pick me up, I will never hear the end of this. And fortunately, one of our contractors found us and was like, hey, we'll help you out. We can get rid of that flooding problem for you. And they got us going. So anyway.
So there's a reason you don't drive that from Atlanta to Texas.
Not much. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, definitely stop in and see our friends at Atlas tomorrow and throughout the week. We got a lot of our friends. I think Balance Claim is going to be on the floor. Yep. Job Nimbus is going to be there. Catalyst Group's going to have a presence. Contractor Coach Pro. So a lot of our friends are going to be there. We're kind of here in Vegas at Service World, so we're going to miss all our friends. But are you playing in the golf tournament?
I am. I play golf 3 or 4 times a year, and so I'm going to go lose a bunch of balls tomorrow.
Awesome. Kind of wrap things up, tie things up here. We haven't talked a ton about Atlas. You've mentioned the Scotch Guard shingles and those things a little bit, but in my opinion, if I'm a contractor and I'm using Atlas shingles, there's certain things about the Atlas shingle that I'm going to be able to sell. Tell some contractors maybe that aren't familiar with Atlas shingles or that are new to the industry a little bit about your products. The BFD, the 42-incher. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. So,
we really 2 main things that, we have a lot of things we could talk about, but the 2 main takeaways I would want somebody new to, give us a look and to give us a try. One would be the Scotch Guard is we're, a product that has a proven technology built into it with almost 30 years of proven performance in Scotch Guard Protector, and it's a lifetime warranty against black streaks and stains for your customers, the people you're calling on. And so if your bids are about the same, material costs about the same, and a homeowner has a choice between a lifetime warranty against black streaks or not, which one do you think they'll go with? And every customer you could go call on in America will know what Scotch Guard is, and it's 3M, and they know Scotch Guard protects against stains. So that's something we really try to leverage, and our customers, our contractors have a lot of success using that brand in the home, and it really does what it says it's going to do. The second thing you mentioned, the BFD, our bigger, faster design. It's our big old shingle. It's a 42-inch wide shingle, which is bigger than other leading shingle brands with a 6-inch exposure. So, the quick math is you're going to nail down 8 fewer shingles per square to get the same full square coverage. And that saves a lot of time. There's nail savings. 8 fewer shingles means a lot fewer nails. And then certainly time savings on that roof. So it's amazing how that's adding up for our partners. We have a great promotion for new contractors just to give us a try. So if you reach out to us through our Facebook page or contact a local rep, we'd love to show you more and tell you what that's all about.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think the Scotch Guard, the 3M, I think that goes a long way when you talk about selling value to a consumer.
Yeah.
I'll just use my mom, for example. She's always watching these. But I guarantee she wouldn't know, Atlas shingles, but she's not going to know any of the other shingle brands either. Exactly. But I guarantee you she knows Scotch Guard. If she's got an idea of what Scotch Guard's going to do and what 3M, is doing. And so
know that we're totally conscious of that. I think that we talk a lot about who are those names that you know, big brands that you know. Our competitors make great products, and our competitors are really good marketing organizations as well. But when you get into the kitchen with a homeowner, they don't really know name brands of shingles because they don't buy a roof very often, and they shouldn't know name brands of shingles. In fact, if they know one of those name brands, it's probably because they're the bigger companies and 3 other contractors offered the same product. So Scotchgard is not only something that they can differentiate themselves with, but it's also something where they can, not be competing against themselves by offering what everybody else is offering. And, that to me is also really important, is you have to be memorable in some way, right? You have to do something different that's going to almost shock people out of their system, right? You've got to be, it's why I wear a money suit to trade shows. It's just because it's a conversation starter, but I think that, doing something different on the product that you're providing can complement what you're doing. But again, product will never define your business, but it should be there to complement and help what you're doing. Sure.
Absolutely. Funny you bring up the money suit. Is that going to be coming with you to Texas?
I think so. I haven't worn the money suit in a while, but it feels like it needs to be dusted off. So although my friend Ron has been borrowing it lately, I'm hoping Ron will give it back. Actually, hold on. Do you mind? I want to go get Ron real quick. Do you mind?
Go grab Ron.
Second. Here, say hi to Tiara and Faith. Say hi, guys.
How's it going, Atlas team?
Hey there.
Oh,
You guys are all hiding from the camera, I think. There we go. There we go.
Oh, here we are.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? This is Ron. Stan told me to come. I just wanted to say hello. I only came for the tacos. These are Ron's tacos right here. Not sure if you see that. Don't act like you're not impressed with my mustache. It's pretty awesome, just so you know. But anyway.
Well manicured.
I got to bring Stan's money suit back if he's going to bring it to Texas. But you stay classy, CompanyCam. I'll go get Stan.
Bye, Ron.
Anyway, Ron just really wanted to say hey real quick. So
Hey, I love Ron.
if I don't
hopefully,
tease him, I get in trouble around here. So
yeah. Hopefully he gets that suit back. Yeah.
yeah, I'm hoping so too.
I don't even want to know what kind of cologne he was using on that suit either. But hey,
yeah, it's made from real bits of Panther, just so you know. So
Falcon tears. So, well, hey, Stan, been a pleasure as always.
Sorry, I didn't mean to totally shock you. You look afraid. Anyway, I will not bring Ron out again. I'm sorry.
The world is afraid of Ron. But hey, I appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed you're not personally going to be at the MRCA, but I know the Atlas team's going to be there.
Yep. We'll there. Look forward to seeing you guys there. But a lot of other great stuff we'll be seeing you guys at this year and moving into 2019 for sure.
Absolutely. I have a feeling that we can tease the audience with something cool and new from Atlas and CompanyCam by our IRE 2019. We'll for sure
We've got some really good ideas in the hopper that you and I have been talking about, and I think there will be a really, really exciting announcement as we closer to IRE between our two companies for sure. So.
Absolutely. Who's the blackjack dealer I need to go find today?
Her name is Fanny, and she is at the Golden Nugget on Fremont Street. And I hope Fanny's there because we had a lot of luck with Fanny, and she had her own theme song, so you can ask Luke all about that.
Absolutely. I need a new minivan, and I heard that she deals blackjack well enough that you get new minivans, or at least that's what Luke says. So.
Yeah, right.
I know he's not even watching this late in the broadcast, so we can make fun of Luke if we want to. So, well, hey, Stan, appreciate you jumping on with us. It's been a pleasure, and look forward to CompanyCam and Atlas doing some awesome things here in the next quarter or two.
Absolutely, yeah. Good luck at the show out there, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thank you for having us.
Hey, stay classy, Stan.
You too.